So they're on. Okay, so today we're going to just do a really quick live before I eat. And I say really quick, and I pray it's going to be really quick because the last couple of lives have been I went off into a crazy tangent. So anyways, I wanted to talk about this today specifically because a lot of messages I've been receiving have been about lead generation. I know I was thinking about this before I did, and I was like, does anybody really like this word? But at the end of the day, we're just using the words to make it very simple for what it is that we're trying to do. We still always have to have a steady stream of people coming into our world. And it literally is just called lead generation. That is the technical name. So in this quick little training, I want to show you different ways that you can get traffic into your funnel. So this was someone that was, and hopefully you'll watch this. I'm not going to say her name, but hopefully you'll watch this. But yes, people have been wondering, well, hey, I have a funnel now. How do I get them into my world? And this is also helpful for you too, if you don't have a funnel, because you just want to continuously bring people into your sphere, your web, your bubbles. Okay, yay, Sophia. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll see the comments at the end. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them while I'm here live so that I can answer them, or you can drop them if you're watching this on the replay, just let me know. But I want to just jump into the training and I won't be able to actually see any of the comments so that I can stay focused. Okay, where are my notes? All righty. Oh, no, that's not the right set of notes. All righty. So let's just jump right into it. So I want to talk about a new funnel that I made, and it was for just helping people grow on Instagram. So it's not something that I'm selling, not something that I'm necessarily doing anymore, but I just know that so many people are like, how do I grow on Instagram still? I'm just getting started there, or I've been there forever. I can't make it work. So I was like, let me do a really amazing active service. And I'm going to give the information that I have inside of my paid programs, my old paid programs, and I'm going to just put it into a mini course. And I am just going to dispel any of the myths or whatever that people have out there in order to, like, how do you grow on Instagram? Here are literally all of the ways. And then here are 2 strategies that I find are the best, most impactful, helps you kind of have your cake and eat it too, in the sense of you get the quality and the quantity. So normally what most of us would do is that we would plan strategic content. Now, I'm not selling anything per se Instagram related in this funnel, but I am selling an affiliate offer where I have a friend who grows Instagram accounts. And so I have an affiliate commission with that. So that is kind of what this funnel is for, on top of the fact that I'm just like, hey, here is literally like the gems to grow your account on Instagram. These are the things I still do today, da, 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 da. So because this isn't something that I want to have in my forward-facing brand, it was very important for me to leverage a funnel because I can still help and support those people. And I do teach social media and automated funnels. So social media, which you'll see today, is how I actually get traffic into my funnels. So even if I wasn't necessarily selling anything in this funnel, it was still relevant to bring people into my world. And again, I didn't necessarily want this on my forward-facing brand presence. So if you look at all this stuff on my profiles, you'll see it is related to funnels and things of that nature. So normally, how would we do this, right? We would create all of this content. We would try to bring people into our world, and we'd try to sell this offer. We'd try to do all the customer awareness content. We'd try to gauge the temperature of where our audience is at to determine what type of post to make. That's really difficult, right? That's really hard. So it's not that it's hard, it's a longer path to get to where we want to go. And of course, you have to make sure you nail your messaging, right? And then again, speaking to the right person out the gate with the temperature that they're at. And then normally you have to at least wait 30 to 60 days because you want to be able to gain the momentum of them seeing all of your content. You need to have all your content out to tell the cohesive story. And that is just not the strategy that I wanted to use for this funnel, or this offer that I wanted to sell, as well as this information that I wanted to package. So what did I do instead? I created this funnel, and this is the exact framework of the funnel that I used. Normally, I kind of show you this funnel right here, but this is the framework that I used for this particular funnel. So literally only took me 3 hours to do this because this whole entire thing is, I don't even know if this is a word, but templatize is going to be a word that we use. My friend Allie says it. And so I'm like, okay, that fits. So we templatize this. I made a copy of this whole entire funnel, and it just takes the time to just switch out all the information for every like piece in order for it to work. So the design was already there. The information was already there. And it was very easy for me to get set up. So I had the opt-in page for the mini course. Once they come in, they get tagged. I did have a break-even offer. So, hey, if you can still make money while you're getting people inside of your offer, that's great. So I had 2 people purchase the break-even offer, which is how I made $106 in quote unquote 30 minutes from launching this funnel. If they don't want the break-even offer, that's fine. They go straight to the mini course or to the download. If they do, then they can order, they become a purchaser, they move to the same path, right? You can see how like this is so beautiful because it's all moving them towards a strategic path. Then I have an email nurture sequence that fires off that in this case, it really is designed to nurture, hey, are you getting the concepts of growing? I do have some additional content around it to support the narrative of growing your account on Instagram. So inside the email sequence, there's like a, hey, if you want to actually boost your engagement, here's another mini masterclass that you can watch. Then it moves them to the sales page, which is my friend's affiliate program. They go to the order page, abandoned cart. If they purchase, great. So that's how this funnel is set up. So this is beautiful because if we collect leads, we want to make sure that we're still nurturing them and staying top of mind. And again, this is how I was able to start to generate sales from my leads without just necessarily collecting emails and having people in there that, sometimes we call them freebie hoarders or whatever the case is. But when you have this structure built, it is designed to bring in sales quickly, whether someone is cold or hot. So now let's talk about how I actually got people into this funnel. And I'm going to talk about it from the perspective of my cold audience, as in people had no idea who I was. And I'm also going to talk about it from the perspective of my warm audience because the messaging between the two is very different. Okay. So you want to be able to make sure that you are clear in that part. So what I'm going to actually do is jump over to my notes and actually just show you in real time some of the messaging. So to get traffic into your funnel is super, super straightforward. So let me actually back it up. So this entire funnel, let me get my annotation device. Okay. So this entire funnel takes someone from point A, and let's just even start here just within in the freebie to point B, because this is actually point C. So here at point A, it's like, I have no idea how to grow Instagram. I'm having problems. I have all these, either I'm brand new at Instagram or I've been on there for a while, it isn't working. By the end of the mini course, they should be able to grow followers. If you follow the instructions, you will get to point B. Okay. And then if you want to, there's a point C, which is, hey, my friend actually has a company that's going to do it for you. But at minimum, I've achieved the promise that I made inside point A, where it's like, hey, I have all these problems. I have all of these roadblocks. And I'm like, great, get inside this mini course and it's going to help you achieve the objective of growing followers. And hey, if you don't want to do it yourself and you now that you understand how it works and you want to be hands off, then boom, you can sign up for this service and they will actually handle it for you. So I show this to you because there is a very clear singular message to this funnel. All right. So we talked about it in the other training. So you can just go and scroll to the guide section of this group. You can go to the pinned post, or you can go to my YouTube where I break this down. This portion of the funnel is the marketing aspect, and this portion of the funnel is the sales aspect. We talked about it, I think it was like this week. This part is the most important part. If you don't nail your marketing message, then none of this works. And so what happens sometimes in a funnel is that when people come inside your funnel, you send them all these different places. There's one singular message of this entire funnel, which is teaching you how to grow Instagram followers. I don't send you off into making sales. I don't send you off into doing content. I don't send you anywhere. And this is important because this is going to be how you actually start here, right, and get the traffic into the funnel. So you have to, I'm giving you context so that you can understand this part, this portion of it, okay? So now let's switch it over to the actual audience here that we want to get into the funnel. So you can do it one of two ways. You can do cold, which is, again, they have no idea. In this context, the way that I'm using cold is they have no idea who you are. And then you can do warm, which are, they may be familiar with you, whether they're in your current audience or it's in someone else's audience. And I say that because I'm super active in a lot of different Facebook groups. So I may not necessarily be cold, even though it's not my audience, right? And then there's some Facebook groups where, like, again, they just don't know me, so I'm super cold. And then of course, warm and hot could be my current audience that I have as well. So because I have this singular message inside of this funnel, right, I can take a lot of this message and I can create scripts to meet the objective of someone who's cold and someone who's warm and hot to get the traffic inside of my funnel so they can move along. That's why understanding what the singular message is about is important, because then you do all of this work and then people are like, well, how do I don't know how to get people into the funnel. It's about this marketing message. So now that I'm saying this, I really do encourage you to go watch the last video where I talk about the marketing message so you can understand how this works. So with the marketing and just a high level summary, you're taking someone from point A to point B. They have all these roadblocks in the middle that they believe are the false beliefs, the objections, or the things that are in the way that are stopping them from achieving point B. And your offer, vehicle that gets them to point B, and you're basically showing them the different ways that you help them overcome this. So the beauty about it is that you can take a lot of these objections and roadblocks and create the marketing messaging for the cold, warm, and hot audience. You can also maybe take some of the desires that they have and create the cold, warm, and hot messaging for your audience. Or you can take some of the pain points and use that again as messaging, as a means to get people into your funnel for free. Okay. And so I'm going to show you some examples. So let me stop annotating. All right, so I literally just do everything in my phone, on my notes. It's not the most practical thing. The Lord is working with me on that. I think I'm going to use ClickUp and Notion and different things like that. But for the meantime, this is like what I use. So let's just talk about this example right here. If you've been wanting to know, that is not exactly what it says. If you've been wanting to know exactly how to put together your own automated social funnel. So right here, let me actually bring back no, I'm not going to. Right here, I'm talking about the thing that they want to do. They want to achieve this result of, like, I want to build my own social funnel. So you can bring in daily and consistent sales. And so right here in this part of the formula, I'm talking about the benefit that they have in their mind. So I'm actually going to bring my annotation back. So if you've been wanting to build the automated social funnel, that's the vehicle that they want, right? And you can use this formula. So this is the desire. So this is essentially point B. This is the thing that they want. That's supposed to be a star, without having to show up all the time. That could be the pain point, the problem, right? So do you see how in this one script, I'm addressing all of those different things in one fell swoop? Then make sure you grab my step-by-step. So using step-by-step is a really great keyword to help them realize, hey, you're going to walk me through this. It's not going to be something that's fluffy. And that I just dropped, which at this time in July 25th, that was true. I had literally just made, I think it was like a 5-step funnel strategy, which makes them feel like it's fresh, it's new, it's exciting. And then it breaks down each section and includes, so each section of how you actually build a funnel. So anyone who's kind of familiar with the funnel knows, hey, there's steps that it takes, and each step has a different process. And it includes templates, scripts, and swipe files. So now I'm kind of playing into the fact that not only am I going to give you the information and the strategy, I'm also going to give you tools to help you execute it. So you can also learn how to promote your funnel too. And so now I'm adding an extra bonus and saying, hey, I'm not only going to show you how to create the funnel and walk you through the strategy, I'm also going to help you learn how to promote it too. And then the call to action for them to comment. Okay. So do you see now, as I was talking about the marketing messaging, the singular marketing messaging of the funnel itself? And because I have a singular message, I can pull from that and I can use these simple scripts, speaking to the vehicle that they want to achieve, speaking to the desire without the thing they hate, right? Addressing the pain point without digging into it, giving them an understanding of what this experience is going to be like, showing them that I'm also going to help them with the next step, which is not only just build your funnel, but promote it too, and then a call to action, right? And so this script brings tons of people into my funnel, okay? And that's how simple it is. And where I would post this could be in my Facebook group, on my personal Facebook page. I can post it in my Instagram stories. I can post it on my Instagram feed. If I don't have an audience, you can post it in free Facebook groups that allow you to share this type of content. You can go in paid Facebook groups. So there really is no excuse as to where you can share these messages to start to bring in that traffic into your funnel. Now, obviously, if you're using a paid Facebook group, that is paid, but it is still also cheaper than trying to do a completely cold audience on Instagram, right? Because the idea that you want to have is that you want to validate this funnel organically and making sure that you're hitting industry benchmarks before you start to do any paid advertising if you don't have the luxury of expendable income, okay? So let's keep walking through some different examples so that you can see how easy it is to get traffic. So this script right here is actually the script that I was using for the Instagram mini course. And that was, again, the one that within the first 30 minutes of launching it, I just blasted the script in so many different places. And within the first 30 minutes, 106, basically 2 people bought the tiny offer, which is right here. They opted in and they purchased the tiny offer. Okay. So this one said, so this one is a little bit later, so I apologize. I'm just going to break down the different scripts that I use, but not necessarily the timing. So actually, I had posted the freebie and then I had made an update to it. So because I made an update to it, I was able to actually go back and remarket it and say, hey, just updated the IG growth training because the Instagram updated their platform, which they literally did. And I was like, holy moly, they made it even easier. It was true. I was literally so mind blown with the strategy that I was using I felt was super, super simple. And then they just went ahead and made it so much easier that I was like, oh, okay. So I addressed that, right? Update, the excitement, the change. And then I say that it works for everyone. I place a lot of emphasis here with the word hack because this is a hack. This isn't necessarily like a long-term strategy. It really is like, use this while the Instagram algorithm is hot. If it's not hot, don't use it. So I addressed right here, let me get my annotation. I addressed right here who it's for. So if you're like, I want to achieve brand awareness, I want to have targeted growth, right? Because of course we don't want to just grow for the sake of growing. We want it to be targeted. And I even kind of leveraged that and said, hey, this is how I grew 2K followers in 1 month, which was so true, which is amazing and unexpected. Free engagement, new daily DM inquiries, right? So if you've been in my world, you know I'm always giving you the easiest ways to have quantity and quality when it comes to growing followers on Instagram. So this is kind of me just kind of maybe talking to people that may be skeptical about like the fact that you can achieve this, right? Just super conversational. And I'm like, don't sleep on it. So I'm actually placing in here real urgency. And I say, and when I say don't sleep on it, I'm not talking about before I make it paid, right? Because I've used this script before many, many, many times. And it is true. Sometimes I do close things and make it paid and sometimes I don't. So I kind of poke fun at that. And I was like, I'm talking about, I don't know how long this hack will be as potent because of the Instagram algorithm. Again, it is literally a hack that while the algorithm has it, it's like, jump on this right now. Don't wait, don't sleep on it. Don't tell me later. You wish you did it, because I'm always, again, trying to find the easiest ways of quantity and quality when it comes to growing. So free yourself up from trying to do all the things on Instagram, which we know that says a lot, from posting stories, live, reels, and focus on serving, which is what you really want to be doing, and creating fun content that actually gets seen. So head now to your guide and to watch the update or comment fire to get your copy. Super simple, super conversational. These are very, very simple formulas that, like I said, because there's a singular message to my overall funnel, I can come up with ideas either addressing desires, addressing objections or roadblocks they have, addressing pain points, and I can fit it all inside one formula, as well as add my personality and have some conversation within this, the realm of this too, okay? So let me go to the next one. So I'm hoping you see how easy this is to create these free scripts. But again, it starts with understanding what is the message that you're talking about inside of your funnel, pain points, objections, false beliefs, myths you're overcoming, and the desires that they want. And then you can use all of that as literally easy scripts to then get people in the funnel. Okay. So that way too, because another reason why you have to do this is that if you don't and you talk about something else and then they come into the funnel and the messaging doesn't connect, that's why you'll probably get like a high bounce rate, which basically means someone comes to your opt-in page and they don't opt in, they leave. And it's because the messaging isn't succinct and it isn't clear. So when your messaging isn't clear and concise along the whole way, you start to lose trust because they're like, hey, you got me in because of this. And like, I'm not intrinsically feeling that you're meeting that promise. So I don't think I can trust you, which is why it's so important to have this message first and then pull from it to create your free scripts. Okay. So this is another one. If you haven't started using this yet, I highly recommend it because at this point I was like, guys, literally, please stop sleeping on this. I can't tell you how like crazy this hack is. You want to make sure you are always growing a targeted audience, even if you're not ready to sell or have an offer ready. So right here, I'm addressing a concern that I've started to see people have. So here's another place you can get content. I started seeing people in the comments say, well, what if I don't have an Instagram, or what if I don't have a product yet? Should I build an audience? And so this is me addressing that. I said, this strategy is perfect because it helps you post content for your target audience that's relevant to your brand without having to make any content. The biggest mistake we make is waiting to get ready to build an audience, and then we wonder why it's crickets when it comes to time to make sales. So I wanted to share this again because when I go through my new followers, the targeting is on point. I mean, to a T. So check this out today. It takes less than 5 minutes a day to do this hack, something so powerful for the growth of your business, and it really doesn't get any easier than this. And so now I am observing the engagement that I'm getting inside of this freebie, and I'm addressing again a roadblock, right? Because again, what was the roadblock? I can't grow my followers yet because I don't think that I don't have a product ready or I don't have anything to sell. So now you see how I'm helping them realize, and I'm shifting their perspective in this simple framework to then get them in the funnel. And then they're going to see that it's literally 5 minutes. It literally takes 5 minutes. It's so easy to do. And then I am building that intrinsic trust and getting them in and generating leads from free scripts. Okay. This one is a social proof. I didn't even realize I hit 9K. I started my new strategy at around 5,500 followers. Since then, I've grown targeted followers, engaged followers, increased community and connection. So here I'm talking about a desire, something they want to hit. I'm talking about my starting point. So I went from here to here. And then right here, I'm talking about all the benefits, targeted and engaged, increased community and connection, new customers, returning customers. And of course, I collected emails and leads. And I said, all while I was in the middle of a rebrand. So at this point, we know I'm speaking to people too that are like, well, I don't want to necessarily grow followers because that was, again, a false belief that they had because I'm in the middle of a rebrand. What if it's not going to make sense? And that's a simple angle that I took on that approach. Okay. I'm going to show you this one really quick. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. That's my live schedule. I'm going to show you this one. And how do I go back to my annotation? Come on, Zoom. Okay. Annotate, clear. Okay. So this one is pretty straightforward. You've probably seen these ones before, and now you're starting to understand how you can use this to get people into your funnel. So I've mastered the IG algorithm, which is so true. I've been doing Instagram since it first came out in 2012 or whenever it came out. Grew my page to 9K targeted followers without making daily content. So I didn't have to make any content to do that. So I'm, again, talking about a desire, talking about something I've mastered, and without doing the thing I hate. I have a free mini course which breaks down exactly how to do it, right? And I wrote, it's not just teaching training, because I know sometimes we get into these mini courses or programs and it's just like fluff or kind of teaching you something without actually showing you how to do it. I was like, but this is literally the actual steps with workbooks. Who wants a copy? I just dropped a free mini course that teaches you. So what I just dropped that teaches you how to grow targeted Instagram followers, the thing they want to do without creating daily content, the thing they hate, step-by-step workbook included. Who wants a copy? So another cool thing that you could do is you can take a lot of these scripts after you've written them and you can put them in Chat GPT and ask them to spit out different alternatives. So then it's like you get all of these different ways. And this one right here, I kind of added social proof because I've been growing a new page, testing this strategy again. And I said, I'm up 327 followers. Here's the Instagram page if you want to go check it out, right? And then who wants a copy? Okay. And then this one is for my funnel. So this one is for my funnel that actually teaches you how to build a funnel. So this one is a little bit more strategic and specific because I am looking for a very specific person to come inside of this funnel. So again, we're looking at the messaging, right? So not only the messaging of the overall funnel, but also, sorry, hold on, bring it back. Also the person that I want, because this funnel specifically, I do want to have a higher conversion rate in terms of sales. So I need to make sure I'm speaking to the right person. Hold on, where is my annotation? Okay. So you see here, I'm calling out the person. So if you're a Kingdom coach, so if you're not a Kingdom coach, it may repel people because I'm like, okay, I don't want people in here that are coming in doing e-commerce because I can't necessarily help you with what the messaging of this funnel, right? And then I'm addressing the state that they're in. So who is already making consistent sales. So a Kingdom coach who's making consistent sales, but your sales come from the fact that you post daily and you do live launches. So do you see here, I'm actually calling out the specific person because when I'm sending them to this specific funnel, this funnel is designed to make money. So, and to generate leads for my offers. So I want to make sure I have the right people in the funnel. But again, doing this all organically until you hit benchmark, and then you can start to run paid advertising. So obviously some emojis don't show up here, so it wouldn't look like this when I posted it. So then I say, I want to show you how to add fire to your organic content strategy that doesn't require more of your time. So I'm addressing a pain point here, right? Because they're like, I want to go to kind of the next level. I don't necessarily want to give up organic content. It's amazing. It actually got me here, right? But I know that my next income level, I can't be using more of my time. So you see, I'm calling out the person, I'm addressing their desires and pain point at the same time. And then here we're speaking to the benefit. So you can sell your other offers that are collecting dust because you can't sell them all live. So I'm talking to the person that's like, oh my gosh, this is so true. Like it's going to click for this specific person because the messaging is on point, right? And what did I mention before? We get the messaging from the overall structure of the funnel. So I'm speaking to a specific person about a specific scenario that they're in, and they know, hey, I sell things live, and that means that I have other offers that aren't necessarily being sold because I can't literally sell all of them at the same time, right? And then what does this allow them to do? So if they're now continuing to do content, I'm adding fire to the content, I'm not necessarily taking anything away, right? And now they're selling more offers, it's going to help them hit their next income level while doing less. So they're like, okay, great, I can make more while doing less, but I don't want to sacrifice the quality of how I serve, and I don't want to sacrifice the brand experience. So now I'm still addressing certain objections that they may have, right? Because we talked about it from before. We have the point A, where they're at. We have point B, where they want to be. And we have all these sort of problems in the middle that they think are the reasons why they can't get to point B. And I'm explaining how I'm this bridge, this vehicle that gets them from here, that solves all these problems, right? So I want to have an automated sales funnel. I want to do less, but I don't like the problem I'm realizing is that I don't want to sacrifice the quality of my brand. Like, what if that diminishes? And I'm like, no, I got you. And I'm addressing all of that in this one script, right? So then I say it's time to offload the burden of so I'm addressing the pain point of maintaining monthly cash flow into systems that can do it for you. And then I say click below to watch my free 30-minute. So it's a really short masterclass. So again, these are people that are busy already. So I want to show them, hey, this is really quick, succinct, straight to the point, and I'm going to break down how all of this is possible for you. And that is it, guys. That is how easy it is to repurpose the messaging that you already have in your funnel to then take those snippets out of it and use it to generate leads. Okay, so I'm just going to basically sum it up, and let me clear my annotations really quick and bring my annotations back. I'm going to sum it up because I'm hungry and I'm ready to eat. So we talked about the conclusion of this that we talked about is that in order to make sure you're generating the correct leads, you want to have a singular message for your entire funnel. You don't want to have 10,000 different messages sending them to 10,000 different places. You take someone from point A to point B. Point A is where they're feeling stuck. They have the problems, the pain points, all the things. Point B is the desire that they have. You have a vehicle that helps them achieve it. It gets them to the next place. They have all of these roadblocks, false objections, false beliefs in the way that don't allow them to get to point B. And you help them understand that, hey, I can help you overcome all of this stuff and get to point B. That singular message is already embedded inside of your funnel, right? And so when you're thinking about how do I actually create content and create traffic to get people into your funnel, you can literally just pull from, we talked about this earlier, the pain points, right? You saw how I addressed pain points without digging into pain points and making them feel inadequate or lack. You can address the desires, right, that they have. You can address the false beliefs. So we talked about how, oh, well, I can't really grow my followers because, you know, I don't have anything to sell, or I'm in the middle of a rebrand. And I'm like, oh, I can totally help you address that. And I can pull that out as a piece of content that gets them into my funnel and shows them why that's actually not a false belief or a problem that they have. So in summary, to find messaging and content that you can use, we talked about this in Facebook groups, whether it's your own, your personal Facebook page, Instagram, or borrowing other people's audiences and posting in other Facebook groups, the messaging that you use to get people inside of your funnel can be found in your current marketing message that you already created. Okay, you don't have to double work, right? Like you already have a whole entire message. When you do your funnel correctly, what are these? These are things that help overcome the false beliefs. These are objections and false beliefs. So you already wrote content for that. So it's like you can take snippets of that and use that as teaser pieces and say, hey, want to learn more? Click below, or whatever your call to action is, comment something to get access to my free program or mini course, masterclass, PDF guide, whatever it is, that's going to break this down for you. And that is how easy it is to get leads inside of your funnel. It doesn't have to be this complicated thing. You already did the work here. You just need to take it out and use it in your content. Okay. Hey, Brenda. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Happy Friday. I'm so glad, Sophia. Oh my gosh. If you guys also too have specific topics that you want me to talk about in regards to funnels, you can definitely leave that in the comments and I will be happy to see if that makes sense and introduce it. I did mention last week or this week, whenever I did the last live, that I will be going through doing some trainings where I break down each step of the funnel and kind of talk about some of the mistakes that people make at certain points, as well as kind of break down my funnel in general. So if you are familiar with funnels, the funnels that I build are a launch funnel, a webinar funnel, a freebie funnel, and a sales funnel, literally all in one. So I just smorgasbord them together and smush them together into one funnel so that I can meet multiple objectives, which is why these funnels can help you sell offers that are up to $3,000 without DMs or sales calls. So I was going to create some trainings that will break down each of these steps and some of the mistakes and things people make so that you can kind of get more in-depth understanding on how these funnels actually work. So I'll probably start doing that next week or so. Yeah. So anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. Just drop them in the comments. You already know there are 3 ways that you can work with me. I can either build the funnel for you, which is application only. There's one spot left for that. I can do it with you. So I can actually coach you and help you build the strategy behind all of the funnels. There's 2 spots for that. And that's month to month. And we go through your entire funnel, put your strategy together, as well as how do you actually get people into your funnel and validate it. Or if you're like, I got this, I can do it myself, then you can get the templates, which are not just, the pages and like plugging it in and trying to like, just piece it all together. The templates literally put this whole entire structure together. It has the tagging system, it has the emails already built in, connected. It has the connection from the lead side of it to the sales page. It's this whole thing. And like even this tagging is already built. You just swap out the machine. So sometimes when you get templates, they literally just give you like these sales pages right here, and you still have to do the connections and making it all work. But with the templates that I have, they're all pre-built. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. But other than that, happy Friday. I am hungry. I have not eaten yet today. So, oh, what system do I use for my funnel? So I use Satva. So I like Satva because Satva is like ClickFunnels, Kajabi, emails all in one. And you don't have to try to connect the different pieces, because I used to use ClickFunnels, then I used to connect it to ActiveCampaign, then I used to connect it to Thinkific, and I had to use Zaps in order to get it to work. And that was kind of difficult because you already know you can talk to Thinkific, but then it's like, well, you need to talk to ClickFunnels, and it just was a nightmare. And then on top of that, ClickFunnels was nice, or I was paying $297 for that. And then for Thinkific, I was paying one something, and then ActiveCampaign, I was paying $350 because I had over 10,000 emails, and it was just expensive. So with Satva, it's only $111 a month, and it does all of this, all the sales pages, the leads pages, the tagging, the emails. It hosts your course. It has a full CRM. It does your website. It does literally everything inside of it, and it's only $111. And I think it has like a 30-day free trial. If you want, I can post the link so that you can get the free trial, because I don't think that I think they only offer normally a 7-day free trial. But with my link, you can get 30 days. So let me just reply right now in the comments. Hold on. And so when I actually start doing a lot of the, hold on, I can't focus at the same time. When I actually start doing the trainings, I will show you inside Satva how I systems.io is good too. So again, it really depends on what it is that you need to do, and you have to think about you want 3 key things. Okay, you want to make sure you have, let me clear my thing. Okay, you want to make sure you can do your landing pages. So if your landing pages are available, then that's good. You want to make sure it easily connects to email automation. And when you're looking at email automation, again, it depends how detailed you want to go with your funnels. So I like to tag like crazy because I segment my marketing. So once I get people into my funnel, I remarket to them in different ways. So someone will get tagged at a certain funnel, and then because I have multiple funnels running, I can either push them into like another funnel, or I can send out one-off email and say who didn't buy certain things, and then send them an email campaign to, remarket that. So it depends on how deep you want to go. So for me, I need something that's very robust, which just basically means I need a lot of features that allow for segmentation, and just going deeper in my marketing because of how I leverage this. And this is, again, why I love using funnels, because then I don't rely on a lot of my money coming from content. I will, generate 100 new emails, but then I can remarket based on their behavior and their activity and their tagging very easily in various different ways. Like I said, either sending them to a new funnel or remarketing via email. So I look for that. And then I look for features inside of the inside of the cart. So I want to be able to have an order bump. So basically when they come to the sales page, being able to offer some sort of product on the page that they click it, and it automatically adds them to the cart. And I also want the ability to have upsells or downsells. So the difference is that, okay, so if you have the order page here and you have the order bump, right? they've already checked out. They put their credit card here, they already checked out, and you've already completed the sale. But before they actually get to the confirmation page, you can have a series of upsells and downsells before they get to the confirmation page. So the upsells, basically what it is one click, because they've already inputted their credit card here, and you've completed the initial sale. The upsell feature then allows them to just literally click the button without entering their credit card information again and add to the sale further. If they don't want to buy it, totally fine. They can say no. You can have a downsell. If they're like, yes, great, they buy it. Cool. If they say no, then they come to the confirmation page with a summary of their order. So I like to also have those features too, because these funnels that I build can get super robust, where even after the tiny offer, I'm going into like an upsell, downsell experience, especially too when it gets to the sales portion of it. So I look for that too. And then of course, making sure it fires off the workflows that I need. So workflows aren't necessarily just email nurture, or abandoned cart. It's also sending and delivering the assets. So for us, we are using digital products. So if I have this download here, and sometimes some people don't go straight to the download page just to actually watch the freebie, then I do want a workflow to fire off that gives them access to the download. And so sometimes my downloads are PDFs that are in Google Drive. So I need them to deliver the link, or for example, the mini course is actually inside of this program as well. So it actually hosts my course. So then what it does is when somebody completes this process here, a workflow will fire off to give them access to the course. So I think in order for you to determine what type of software you want to use, just really depends on your goals and what it is you're trying to achieve. So hopefully that was a long-winded way to answer your question. But yeah, I just wanted to just help you have an understanding on how to logically approach systems of what you're looking for. It isn't necessarily what's cheapest or best, it's what's actually best for you and your goals. Okay, so let me clear that out. So yes, if you guys have any questions too and I'm not here, you can totally leave them for the replay, and I'd be happy to come back later and answer those. But other than that, okay, you're welcome. Yeah, and you know what? You can just try out Satva because it is free. I mean, free for 30 days. And the beautiful part about it is that they have, one thing I actually really love is their customer service. They will get on a Zoom call with you. They'll do the screen share to just get the technical pieces working. And you just can't really do that when either you're trying to build and pick apart multiple softwares with building your funnel, or again, just making sure that whatever funnel you do use has the robust features that you like. But I really love the customer service. They're super timely. They're super fast. And it's very rare that you get a live experience. They'll call you, they'll set up a call. And it's very rare, because with ClickFunnels, unless you're paying for like the creme de la creme, which sometimes is an arm and a leg, you don't get calls. You wait for those emails, and it just can be kind of weird. So again, it's all about you depending on what you want. Okay. So happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for joining my random lives. I will have some more random lives next week, and hopefully we will be digging into actually breaking down a lot of these funnels. Okay. So happy Friday. I am wishing you guys a wonderful, blessed weekend.